Hey there, it's Miss D Dub, and I wrote a poem that I really feel will affect not only people in the world but people in the church. And I just wanted to get it on record of what I went through and who I am today. Okay, it's called My Struggle. I remember hiding in the church the fact that I was a lesbian. I remember wearing masks and getting into character like I was a thespian. I remember lines and going over ways I would answer questions. It was only in the privacy of my own home, in my own room, that I would even consider going into confession. And it would never be to another person, because to heaven I looked and to God I trust in. Because if I opened my mouth and revealed to the church that I was sleeping with one of their members, I would hurt them. I became afraid of the persecution of the not righteous, but the unrighteous. I didn't know how to stop, or me being in my weakened state could fight this. I knew I could change because the Bible said in Christ I will become a new creature. But I was afraid to admit my fault to the church because I didn't want to become a new feature. I didn't want to be pointed out like my sin was the greatest one in His sight. No one ever told me a sin is a sin, and it was only people who took it to great heights. I wanted to get out of this struggle, so suicidal thoughts entered my mind to get me out of this plight. But God said, wait, I'll clean you up, but it can't be by your might. No man has a hand in my salvation to this day. And how I conquered that demon, it was only by His grace. No man has a heaven or hell to put me in, and when I realized that fact, I started to walk in the things of God, and I realized it wasn't an act. If the church would stop putting one sin higher than another, they would see how many people who need God will come from under the covers. If we only did what God said and loved ourselves and our neighbor, then there would be no need to get into character and act like Phantom of the Opera. I'm a child of God, and I walk free to this day. I'm not looking back, and I'm not compromising in no way. God picked me up out of the hole that I dug for myself. Now will you let God heal your heart and give you real health? This is not an altar call, so please don't get upset. This is just me saying I sat down and took it and finally passed the test. This is just me being vulnerable. Go ahead and ask me any question, because God took out the mess, but Jesus He left in. So the me who you see is not the me who used to be, but the me you see is the me who God ordained me to be. Peace.